Lady the Faucet, let's get it. Woo!
Woo!
Yeah.
It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the chart. In the loots, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. With a drip and pause. Got these dogs and pigeons from me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the shore. I'm up to the core. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches.
All right, and we're live. Hey, welcome to R2R Wreck to Riches live stream number 51. Welcome to the channel. If you're on YouTube, smash the like button, drop a comment. Always remember, post notifications, comment, subscribe. And if you're on X, because we're dual streaming, of course, you got to go on X, retweet it, get all your hashtags for Lotus, tag Lotus. I already tagged them when I was doing this video yesterday, so maybe they know, maybe they don't. Who knows? I didn't get a response. But all the hashtags, Titanx, Build On Titanx, you name it, you know the drill. And always remember, not a financial advisor. For damn sure not a professional. This is cryptocurrency. You got to do your own research. Don't ever allow an influencer on any social media platform out there to influence you when it comes to cryptocurrency. Could lose it all. Could lose it all. All right. So we are going to talk about Lotus today. Give you my opinions, bullish, bearish, don't care, excited, whatever it may be. I got to feel it during this review, during this white paper. But before we move forward, shout out to Bad Bunny. I am an ambassador. I always keep it humble. No matter how much money I've made in cryptocurrency, man, I don't leave free money on the table. All right. If you want an airdrop for a meme token with no risk, right, all you got to do is tap your screen. Then this ad is probably for you. Yeah, dog. It's Thomas here from R2R. Welcome to the Bad Bunny Tap to Earn free game, where you can earn your free airdrop by simply tapping your screen. All you got to do is follow the instructions in the description of this video. Step number 1, no laptop computers, no desktops, anything like that. You're going to need a smartphone. Step number 2, if you don't have Telegram, download one and log into your Telegram account, or simply log in if you have one already. Step 3, click the link below in the description, and it's going to take you straight to Bad Bunny, where you can tap to earn your free Bad Bunny meme token airdrop. Let's go. Hey, man, you heard that, dude. I don't know, but he said it's free. It is. I'm tapping on my screen as we speak. I'm at 300 million plus airdrop XP tokens for that future Bad Bunny meme token that will take place with the SwapX exchange. We'll be talking more about them in the near future. Got some partnerships that I'm dealing with them. They're showing mad love. I love it. Let's get into the comments, right? Hexagon American, what up, homie? What up? Thank you for joining. Crypto Pride, let's go. R2R, let's go. Big fan of yours, bro. Glad to have you here. Hi, family. Viva Titanx. Let's go. Servant CSEC. Did I say that right? R2R for some R&R. Let's go. R2R for some R&R, the secret sauce. Yep. Win SwapX. I'll get some more information about that. Always exciting things going on in crypto. But, hey, let's take a look at prices really quick, right? We want to take a look at prices. There's no greenery in the scenery today. Things are looking pretty red. Look at these big sell-offs in Titanx that are happening today. We've been seeing them since yesterday, right? What was the FUD? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt of yesterday. Well, apparently somebody came into the chat and saying that there's these 30 wallets, right? I don't know how true this is. I'll have to track it on my own time. I need the wallets. I asked for the wallets. I didn't receive them. But there was 30 wallets that bought the Titanx bottom back in like July when it was literally, what was it, 6 zeros and a 1 2 or 1 3 or something like that, right? You can come back and look on your handy dandy chart for 3 months back and see pretty much what the price was back in. What did I just click on? I need to click on the 6 month, right? We unlog, auto log, take that off. Go back as far as, is something wrong here? What am I doing? What am I doing? But anyways, we can go back and take a look in July when these bottoms were, what price point that was. So it was 6 zeros, and as far as 6 zeros and a 1 6, right? So apparently these 30 wallets, different wallets, which I put a question this morning about during the Crypto Kindness interview about Vault and new users. And Jake came out and said, we have a ton of new users. And I was kind of laughing because I go, you don't know that every time a protocol comes out, I make like 10 different wallets for Titanx, and they all hold Titanx. And every wallet I've watched whales that go into the recycling of the auctions have like 10 to 15 wallets. Because I was saying we need a lot of new users. These are prime examples of whales that if this 30 wallet strategy, 30 wallet person, or is the same people, or who knows, group of people is true, whales make a ton of wallets, a ton, right? So, like, it's hard to say if Titanx is really getting a ton of new users for that simple fact. The reason why I would say it might not be is because I mentioned earlier during that live stream that, hey, all these pillars that are happening for Vault, how do we keep the economic energy from spreading to all these other pillars and Vault taking a hit? Because we saw when ORX launched, there was a big sell-off in Vault. I didn't like the answer from Steve. He said we're ranked on Dex Screener, and that's visible. But people on Dex Screener are meme token fanatics. When they go and they click on Vault, they say they have to buy Titan Expert. They might get confused unless there's explanation for that. But back to what I was saying. I don't know if we're getting that many new users for the simple fact that what we were seeing happen when new projects launch. So I was like, how do we prevent that? Well, a lot of wallets have to do with the same person or making multiple. And the thing that I heard is that they bought enough tokens that has like a $30 million value. I need to find out if this is true. They have a $30 million in value of Titanx that's liquid. So we've all been focusing on Titanx as far as what's going to mint. What's liquid and who has that in their hands and what they're doing with it's a different story, right? It will feed the machines more, though. The more it goes down, they could buy more. So there's a lot of things to offset that, but I need to check out how entirely true that is. But a direct correlation with what's really happening out there in the market. I mean, let's go to TradeView. Ethereum. Boop. You know, what's leveraged to Ethereum? Pulse Chain and Titanx, as far as the two investments I'm in. And the rest of the market is tied in with Bitcoin. Bitcoin ain't doing too well either, right? So huge dip. $100 down for Ethereum. Of course, that's going to impact a lot of your meme tokens, things that are built and tokens that are on the Ethereum blockchain like Titanx. So that does have a lot to do with it. I would say if somebody's speculating that Ethereum is going to go down further, your best bet, and obviously I've done this in a few wallets too, would be like, hey, if you think that might be the case, it goes down further, sell some Titanx, go into Ethereum. Titanx goes down probably more than Ethereum does, and percentile wise, right? When Ethereum goes down a little bit, it goes down literally like 3% versus Titanx will go down like 15, 20%. You'll lose less capital, get the buy back in. So there are always options that are on the table, right? Those are always options on the table. But then again, you got so much building on Titanx. We're going to cover Lotus soon. Let's get to a ton of likes. Let's get to a ton of likes before we start Lotus. We'll get there in a second. We're just going to review the white paper. We'll take a look at Titanx Hub. Look at all these projects, man. So if there is not a ton of new users coming in every day, then yes, the economic energy is being broken up to go into everything. You got to think of the user that has $10,000 in Vault. Lotus comes out. What does he do? He gets excited about Volt. He likes it. He's in it. 10 grand. But that's all he has. He sees Lotus, gets excited about Lotus, wants to participate. He'd have to liquidate some Volt. That goes a long way when this one person gets excited for 11 different pillars, right? So we need new users, not a bunch of people like me who make 10 wallets a week for everything that comes out. There's different reasons. You'll see those people that are actually recycling in the auctions for Volt. These whales got so many wallets they're sending to. It's not even funny. It's hard to keep track. But there's a lot of platforms, right? I just really want to see new users coming up. And you know what hey, I'm seeing all these new projects. I have to say this, right? And this is probably a reason why a lot of people in the Build On Titanx ecosystem don't want to talk with me, don't want to interview with me because I say it how it is. Mike Dean's running the Titanx hub, right? Right? I don't see Pulsar there. That's a big disappointment. That's a big, like, for me, a wake-up call for Mike Dean. Your judgment right now, I don't know what you're thinking. And you control, like, the narrative of what's accepted in this particular ecosystem. So when you exclude something like Pulsar, that's not good. And I think everyone has pretty much squashed that Pulsar incident. But let me tell you something, Mike Dean. The developers of Pulsar, their abilities, their innovations, their ideas, their capabilities absolutely dwarfs 90% of the people that are building on Titanx today. You got to realize that for everything else they built and what they will build, what Pulsar could bring. So if for whatever reason you haven't been in touch with them and they're not at it here, and you got a lot of these other stuff here, which great, but to exclude them, something ain't right there. They show their faces, you don't show their face. You don't show your face. Like I guess it doesn't matter who doxes what, but something's not right. I got to boycott Titanx.hub. Until they put Pulsar in there, I'm never showing that on camera again. I'm sorry. I can't. To me, that's irresponsible, bro. I got to call it like I see it. I'm not that person's going to sit there and roll with the punches, what everybody does, roll with that. That's not me, man. Everybody's going to be like, Mike D. Like, nah, bro. Someone's got to tell you too. Mike, you're dropping the ball. The Pulsar devs are good. They're good. Believe me. And everybody that knows blockchain and everybody that's done audits and has been in different protocols and knew what happened at the start, they should be on there. And if you're going to boycott them like that, I'm going to boycott you too, bro. It's done. I can't. So let's get into Lotus, right? Lotus is on there, but we ain't gonna ever look at. I will never look at Titanx Hub until Mike Dean puts Pulsar in there. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful because you got that much power and narrative, and you're gonna shoot that project down versus all the other stuff. Like, come on, bro. Come on. They're like the Elon Musk of the industry. You cannot do that. So what is Lotus, guys? I think the good thing about Lotus, right? It's got perfect timing. It's got perfect timing because this is how perfect the timing is. I've been talking about Volt, and I've been talking about some things that were going to take place that was going to be the trajectory, right? It was going to be the reason why it starts to kind of just go down, and Lotus would be just in time to help bring it back to surface, right? And it's built to have other things built on it to help it. So the Volt supply and the auction is going down a great deal. So they started to build Lotus. They're starting to build all these pillars to help it. The burn, right? All this money that's in the buy and burn is based off the participation of the auction. The more Titanx it goes, the more that goes into here. A lot of people are like, it's perpetual, it's forever. It's not forever. It could be continuously have a little something in it, but you're going to have to need participation to fly off the charts every day. So when you build around it, you give it more Titanx to feed the engine. So I think at some point, this is going to be a lot less, like you continue to see. It's buying a lot less in value. It's getting a lot less. It's mutable smart contract, which I love. Buying and burning every 5 minutes. I actually was able to call the burn function last night and get $30 in the reward. Somebody has a bot on it every 5 minutes. You want to look at something kind of cool? I don't know who set the bot to do it, right? I'm not sure who did it. But if you click on the buy and burn tab here, right? Go into DBank, post that in. You'll see this here, right here. You'll see this right here. Every 5 minutes it gets called. And if you extend it out, it brings you down to, let me pull myself off the screen here. Or actually, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. You can pull up the address of the person who's calling that function. I beat them last night within a 5-minute period. I don't even know how. I didn't think I would be able to do that. But look how much this person is making per day calling that function. They must be running a bot. I thought, like, how did that happen? Because I haven't been able to trigger it every 5 minutes at all. The same person does. So this person here must have a bot running on it where he triggers it every 5 minutes. He paid, last night, I paid a $5 gas fee, and I got $30 in Titanx for calling that function, right? So right now, he's breaking even because gas is high right now. But when gas is low, it still offsets, the price of gas eventually. So if we go to like several hours down, you'll see, for example, like last night, this person, it was paying much lower gas fees. And you see right here, it's like break even, but there's times where it's just a lot less, right? And the price changes. So when I paid for it, and you'll see he's paying this much. So when this person's paying and they're earning a little bit on the top, like these gas fees I saw some transactions happening before there were less. But you'll see here, this person triggers it, right? And every certain amount of hours, it will sell all of the Titanx into Ethereum to whoever is calling that function is making some nice passive income, and they have like 9.4 ETH. They're not even holding the Titanx or selling part of it and keeping some of it, really. They just let it stack from collecting every 5 minutes, and they come and dump it. 9.45 ETH. Just for calling a function. That's pretty cool, right? Oh, that's pretty cool. I thought that was like, hey, man, someone's making passive income. Put a bot on that. Works for them every 5 minutes. So let's get into Lotus. All right. We'll get into the white paper. And let me see how many likes we got. We got anything going on Twitter here? Yeah, Mexican American. I see you. I see you right there. We got 38 people viewing this right now. Let's see how many people are on X. 40 on X, 32 on YouTube. I tagged the team and all that. I imagine Steve didn't want to connect with me. I doubt they'll want to connect with me too. That's why I decided this weekend, because I get the cold shoulder from everybody. It's probably because of like all the incidents that happened. I'm not going to do that conference. It doesn't feel right. A lot of these cats don't even like me. So I can't fake it till I make it, bro. I can't do it. Shout out to Mo and Marco and like the dude and the Awesome X guy. Those are the only ones who gave me the time of day. Everybody else, like if I go on screen with them, it's all fake. All of a sudden we're going to be talking and laughing, or these cats ignore me, don't support me. Like I ain't going to do it. But I'll still talk Titanx. I ain't going on no camera with people. I can't do that. I can't. So understanding Lotus, the reason why I think there's going to be an advantage to Titanx users, DragonX users, Hydra users, right, is they've experienced the entire mining mechanics as far as utilizing Titanx to make Hydra miners, right? Hyper and Titanx was utilizing Ethereum. And you understand the concept of today is better than tomorrow, right? The things as far as the decrease, as far as what you could get today is better than tomorrow. The difficulty goes up. You can earn less and less as time goes on, right? So those are the advantages to the people that are seasoned with miners. Not everybody in the Titanx ecosystem is seasoned with miners. There's people who just came, bought Dragon X. There's probably new users who bought Volt. So it is a learning curve, right? And the people that understand this the most and understand like there's short-term miner options, there's long-term miner options, are going to do well. And we'll be ready at launch. We'll be ready at launch. So Lotus is built on top of Titanx. So understand that you're going to use Titanx to make these miners. So it's built not only on Titanx, but on Volt, right? And participants will mine the Lotus token, creating a deflationary pressure, right? Through tokens burned that reduce the supply of both Lotus and Volt. Perfect timing for Volt. The market's down. Participation as far as what the whales could fight for and that manipulation of recycling. Less tokens are going on. Like I said, the depletion of the Titanx is going down. So 4 days from now or 3 days from now when this launches, Volt could entirely look different as far as the amount of Titanx. And people are going to go, oh, it's only burning $800 every 5 minutes. You know how people are. So the fact that it's going to benefit Volt, perfect timing. And then until the next, like, let's say Lotus doesn't pop off. But let's just say for whatever reason, like gas is crazy. Like when the launch of Helios happened and people aren't making miners, and gas can go crazy with Ethereum when it's going down or up. So keep that in mind. Unless something's in the code and like that I'm not aware of that can be changed and that won't happen, look at the activity that's happened in the market. That could lower participation. Be prepared for that. Be prepared to have a little bit of gas in the tank if you're going to get in this and you're sold on it, because you may not want to pay it. People, listen, that ruined the Helios launch too. Plus the price of Titanx. Price of Titanx is going down right now too. So you got to look out for some things. Leveraging Titanx, which is leveraged by Ethereum. The key thing we talked about, Ethereum's going down. Hopefully it's back up by the 26th. As the mining token, the protocol creates self-sustaining ecosystem where users benefit from both virtual and staking rewards. So there's going to be staking. There's going to be miners. There's going to be rewards. And there's going to be pretty much everything you've seen if you've already been in the ecosystem playing around with these miners, which is interesting to see, right? Mining rewards, staking bonuses are designed to encourage long-term participation. Right on. The catalyst, fair launch on Ethereum blockchain, fully decentralized immutable code, virtual mining with hyperinflationary supply. Let me see if I can pull myself so you guys can see this off screen. All right. Excuse me. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up or a something so I know you guys can hear me. Just want to make sure you guys can see the screen as I'm going along. Anybody give me a hell yeah? Hell yeah. I guess I'll just move forward. Assuming that you guys can hear me, I'm going to move forward. Tell me, can you hear me? Anybody? Loud and clear. There we go. There we go. Appreciate that, bro. So, fully decentralized immutable code. We've seen that. You know, there's a lot of verbiage we could skip here. Here's the important part. 2.25 per day decrease in token allocation per miner per creating a compound reduction that mirrors a halving event, right? The halving event for Titanx, as far as its mining is coming up in like the next 7 days. I think it launched on the 30th or Halloween. I forget. But it's a 1-year halving for Titanx. So this is the same type of design. And I talked about this too. Everything is like a sister project of each other in this ecosystem. Everything's similar, right? With a different twist, a different name, a different logo, different variations of tokenomics to help different things. Not that they're complete copycats, but they allow us to understand what's going on because we've seen this detail before. With some minor twists, like I said. Let's see, V3 liquidity bonding, option to create single or batch miners. We've seen that. 3 staking reward pools with Titanx yield. Bi-weekly Lotus Bloom lottery reward distributed in Lotus tokens for who qualify. So maybe we'll read about that in a minute here. This is what I like. This is different, right? Optional auto compound staking mechanism on each reward day created by pressure on Lotus. So when you get your staking reward, instead of claiming it and selling it or doing whatever you're going to do with it, you can compound it, and that puts buy pressure on the Lotus token, right? So everything that has to do with Lotus, right? This has to have a big opening. The success of Lotus is going to be that people are so excited that they get in, and that excitement lasts long enough for the system to build up to where it needs to be to not only help itself, but help Vault. So why was Hydra so good? Because of the participation. It has the most Titanx we've seen go into anything. Vault, participation. But then we started to realize that participation is a lot of recycled Titanx. So it is fabricated for the greater good. But we're going to need to understand what could happen here. I'm always going to give it to you honest, right? I feel, and I believe, and I hope I'm wrong, that we don't have enough new users at this point, hopefully will in the near future, where it's not going to be a huge hit to Vault. Because I'm sitting here, and if I'm really bullish on Lotus, I'm going, I don't want to sell my Dragon X. I don't want to sell this. I'm happy where I'm at. And I'm thinking other people are going to do the same. There could be a big sell-off on Volt, and why not? There was a huge sell-off on Volt when ORX token launched. It's all on blockchain. Then by the timestamps, by the second, by the minute, what happened? It's clear as day. People didn't have enough economic energy, meaning money on the side, to hold their Volt and participate with ORX. So the same thing could happen where October 26th hits and they go, you know what? I'm in profits or I'm not in profit yet. Let me get in early on Lotus and sell their Vault. Now, of course, there's the buy and burn and all that, but we're going to see how these mechanics actually work and how they function. Again, there's a lot of projects on Titanx. I'm rooting for all of them. That's what I'm talking about, Lotus. But what we need to see is massive participation happen from the jump, and it's got to continue for days, or else these can collapse. There's no doubt about it. People have to participate and be excited. And I feel that momentum is there, right? And if they make enough money in Lotus, they can then take profits back to Vault. That's the good thing, all right? So just keep that in mind. A lot of these people you hear are just like, hey, they want to just the grass, everything is great, everything is awesome. Remember everything is awesome from the Lego movie, and they don't want to point out stuff that could happen. Gas fees being crazy on launch day, Ethereum crashing, Titanx crashing. There's a lot of things that could go wrong. So sometimes you got to take that into consideration. Timing is everything. Does Lotus have the perfect timing? It could, definitely. Option to leave stakes in protocol for continuous rewards. All right. Let's see. Fully decentralized buy and burn. The Vault Wheel and Zara in the pipeline. So the Vault Wheel and Zara. So they're already building Zara on top of this, right? So there's more stuff to be built to keep the flywheel going, to keep things pumping. And I tweeted about this earlier too. Vault's building 11 different pillars, right? Where I think I need to give Eric credit and where I think he did awesome job is people were like, he didn't build in a year. Eric built Dragon X, understood where its clear benefit was going to be down the road for day 369, and built one protocol, Hydra. That's all he needed to get trillions of Titanx and the miners are still in profitability. There's not a bunch of people selling Dragon X to get into 5 different things. They're just Dragon X Hydra. If they sell their Dragon X and go to Vault like we saw, then it is what it is, but you see that price going back up. So there's not too much going on with what Eric did. He did 2 things very good and nailed it. Jake did 2 things very good and nailed it. Titanx and Hyper, right? And now they have the farms that they kind of share together. So 11 pillars kind of scares me, but I want this to work. I want new users. I want new users. That's the thing I understand that we need the most. So the breakdown of the interest of Lotus Protocol participants. Token mining participants. Let's see. Users can mine Lotus token by creating a single miner, batch miner. We've seen that. Nothing new. Long-term miners. The protocol incentivizes longer mining periods of offering bonuses. L rank for Lotus rank, right? Deflationary miner mechanics. Miner becomes increasingly more costly over time. We've seen that with Titanx. Flexible staking periods. Users can stake their Lotus tokens ranging from 40 days to a maximum of 1,480 days. Okay. Stake rewards. Let's see. Lotus Bloom rewards every 2 weeks. A random wallet address that qualifies will receive a portion of Titanx jackpot lottery type mechanic per decentralized smart contract. Cool. So let's go to the miners. I think these are understanding the days and times that you can do it. Okay. So for a miner, it looks like the lowest you can do is 1 day miner to 180 days in 3 different ways. So my brain right away says, if I were to do Lotus, I'd want to be in time for the first pillar, which is Viper. What is it, November 8th? So I'd get all my miners to come out before November 8th. Hopefully they're in profit. If this does well, the strategy works. If it doesn't do well, wrecked. If it does well, which a lot of people are bullish on, I can bank that the fact that the sentiment is there. Maybe I'll be able to extract and then throw those profits into Viper and won't have to touch any more vault to be involved with Lotus and then involved with the first pillar, which is Viper. Or sell any Dragon X, right? Or sell any Dragon X, which I don't want to do any of that. All right. So max is 180 days, 3 different ways. Single miners, batch miners, longer miner bonuses. The protocol incentivizes longer mining periods by offering a bonus. L bonus, we talked about that. There's a lot of verbiage. It's really not too important. But this is important here. The L rank bonus scale. So if you're looking to make the most on the coast while doing the boogie bop, like my boy Snoop Dogg once said, 120 to 180 day miners get a plus 18% bonus. So 120 days with 30, 69, 4 months to 6 months. 13% bonus, 61 to 121 days. 8%, 31 to 60 days. Anything between 0 to 30 gets you plus 3%. So it's not going to be the best bonus you get in town, obviously, because you're only committing between 0 to 30 days. All right. Why does the L rank bonus for mining scale in 4 sections, unlike the staking structure? I'll give you a good answer for that. I'm sure you can read all about it. I don't got time to read all this right here. There's a whole lot of verbiage, man. There's a lot to get to. This is the key thing. The reason behind it, I don't care. The numbers, I care. Now I know. Don't got to read all that. If I want the highest bonus, 18%, that's 121 days plus. If I don't mind getting a 3% bonus, 0 to 30 days. There you got it. Everything in between, 8% to 13%, the numbers are there. Pick your poison, right? All right. So those are the answers if you want the explanation as to why would you do that or why does it – I don't get it. Go read it. They'll explain it to you. Hyperdeflation approach starts day 1. So maximum tokens, a single miner can mint on the first day 150,000 Lotus per miner. Tokens decrease in each miner relative to the mining power. Mining power can set from 1 to 100. Daily decrease of tokens per max miner is 2.25 per day after day 1 of protocol. Daily max miner cost increases 1.75 per day after 1 day protocol. So those are what you're going to consider what you want to do. So if you guys are super like, bullish on that or anything with, long term, then hey, that's where you'll go. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. Let me go to the chat here, see if anybody's got anything. 20% of Vault gone. Sure is. 26% has been bought and burned. Loud and clear. You good? Buy and hold. Let's way forward. What's up, El Macho? Thumbs up. What's up? Hold your Vault. Yeah, I would agree. People want to buy your Vault at a lower rate. Yep. Don't give it to them. What's up with SparkSwap R2R? Might want to go ask AJ and go to their Telegram group. I'm not up to date with it. I have a long-term position I can't get out of, and I rarely look at it. So follow them on Telegram. Anyways, let's get back. So key considerations. You can read about that. I want to get to the important stuff here, which, we've seen all this before. Like it's a twist of some features. I think the big hype behind it is its support for Vault. So everyone's excited about Vault. So they're going to be really excited about this. Which for me, I'm like, do I want to participate in this? With the simple fact that 13 days later, Viper comes out, I would do, for me personally, based off the numbers and how you can see here the decrease rate per day decreases from 2.25 per day. It increases at a rate of 1.75 in cost per day to produce a miner. Your cheapest bet is day one. And if you care about a bonus above 3%, you go above 30 days. That's all laid out for you. I'll probably do like 12-day miners and then long-term miners. See what happens. 12 days to get out. I either get my money back a little bit down. Maybe I get less. Maybe I get profit. That's what I'm willing to do for short term. In case I'm in profit, then I have profits to go into Viper. You see, the economic energy, even for me and everybody, is just completely different. Let's get a show of hands right now from anybody that's listening, right? Be honest. If you're holding Vault, do you have extra capital to go on Lotus without touching your Vault? And if you don't, are you going to sell your Vault to get into Lotus? And then you go into Lotus, and now you're in Lotus. Are you going to have to sell your Lotus to get into Viper? So the thing, it just keeps, there's just so many projects. It's really hard to nail what's going to work and what's not. I think right now, I'm impressed with the animation, that's for sure. Definitely. But here are the difficulty charts. These are, the cost basis for max miners, the 1.75% per day. It's all displayed here. Virtual mining Lotus distribution. Oh, here we go. So this is where the Titanx for the miners go within the protocol. Where does the ETH go? You remember Richard Hart? Where does the Titanx go? 4% Titanx is sent to the DragonX vault. 4% used for Vault liquidity bonding. 8% used for Lotus bonding. 48% buy pressure goes to Lotus buy and burn. 8% uses Titanx to buy Vault and send to the treasure vault. 40% buys and burns Lotus. 28% Titanx sent to 3 reward pools and Lotus Bloom reward. 8% Titanx Genesis, no expectations. You see that 8% everywhere these days, right? ORX kind of messed up my mindset. I feel like ORX did the most fair launch ever from a builder to a user fairness. What do I mean by that? It's fair launched just like everything else. You got to mint your tokens. 100% of the Titanx goes into the protocol to buy and burn ORX. There is no Genesis wallet. So what's happened within this ecosystem is the 8% is like standard, right? So now you have 8%, no expectations. 8% of $1 million goes into this. That's $80,000. No expectations. Where does it go? We don't know. We're practically saying none of our business. And when you get into a developer's face about it, well, we need to get paid. Well, how does ORX founder get paid? How? He participates in his protocol, and if his work and effort pushes that protocol to succeed, he gets paid on performance. That's how he gets paid. So it's not Lotus's fault that they're doing the 8% just like everybody else has in the future. But I think crypto evolves in the sense of fairness across the board as things continue to move forward. So this whole fair launch, fair crypto started with Zen. Titanx adopted it, and now they're like, we got all these first principles as well. And the standard's been 8%. Well, now, as a user, I see ORX and I go, you know what? I like what they did there. This is about the community. There's no 3%, 2%, 1%, 5%, let alone 8%. Every percentage, every token of that Titanx goes into the system. And guess what? I made it, and I'm going to win with you too. I have no advantage. And what's the advantage to somebody who gets 8%? No expectations. You don't know what happens. They may not even need to participate in their own system. They could just be making more. So that's where I'm looking at, well, Vault's got that too. You know, you want to go to Vault. Everything's got the 8%, right? Everything. You'll see here, 8% Genesis wallet. So imagine a developer makes 11 pillars, and I think the Genesis wallets are going to be less on all of them, but they make 8%, 8%, 8%, whether it's 3%, 3%. To me, I start seeing that that's not fair. And it's kind of probably not right in a sense. ORX, hey, Vault ruined a lot of protocols for me, right? Vault ruined me going into like this and that because it was so good. And then I see the fairness of ORX, and it ruined it for everything else for me too. That 8% could be used 100% into the protocol. And if you're a developer and you want to get paid for your work, participate in your project that you believe in and earn your money the right way. Boom! An explosion in everyone's mind. I think what has to come of that is our expectations have to become a little bit greater. Be like, you know what? I want to see 100% of the Titanx go into your protocol. I understand you're a developer and you want to get paid. That's great. But somebody else did it. Why can't you? You want to make your money? Participate. And you'll make your money just like me if it does well. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is fair. To me, that is fair. So you can be the judge of whatever you want and think whatever you want. That's just my mindset. I'm going to say it like it is. These people already don't talk to me. These people don't accept me in this. And, like I said, this ecosystem, I talk about it every day. I get the cold shoulder. I get the cold shoulder for everybody. And it's because I say stuff like that.
Hey, are you going to pay for that?
Talk to the hand.
I get the hand. But again, it's not going to it's not a deal breaker. People are going to participate. But to me, I'm not a fan of it anymore. Now ORX has set the bar. 100% gets used in the protocol. I love it. I love it. So staking, there's 3 payout pools, right? Lotus staking overview, stake token, Lotus, staking rewards, Titanx, lock staking terms, 40 days. Maximum is 1,480 days. Awesome. Bonuses. So 5% minimum to a 30% maximum. So obviously the longer you stake, the more you make. those numbers if they're broken up here. I don't think it is, but it says staking mechanics. Payment method during mining. Payment is made in Titanx. Titanx is allocated to 3 payout pools for stake rewards as well as bi-weekly jackpot lottery to a random single staker who qualifies via decentralized smart contracts. That's all laid out. Cool art. Rewards. You'll see here staking rewards distribution. 28% Titanx is generated from mining is divided into 3 rewards pools. Lotus, Bloom Reward, Jackpot, Lottery. I feel like we read that already. Yeah. So reward intervals. Rewards are distributed to intervals of 8 days, 48, and 88. 8 day, 35% of stake rewards. 48, 35%, 88, 25%. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that are excited about this. I'm more excited for you guys to be excited to get it. I'm going to be honest. I'm more excited for people to be excited about this to get in so it pumps my vault bags because I probably won't go in. If it means selling my vault, I'm just going to hold it and hope to God that everybody's so excited they dump their vault. I buy more for cheap. And then it is one of the things that comes up before the pillars to pump my bags. That's all I can ask for. I don't want to sell vault. I've already done miners. I've done hyper. I've done Hydro, I've done Titanx, like kind of like, all right, I've seen this before. You got to give me something that I've never seen before. You have to give me something. I never saw something like Volt really, like in that way. I've never saw something like ORX, and I've never seen anything like Titanx before it came out. So, my feedback on that is you got to blow my hair back, then I'll get in. You know, blow my hair back, do that, and I will get in. But at this point, this is nothing new to me, to give you 100% honest review. But my best thing, my wishes and hopes are that people are so blown away by it, it helps my vault bags ultimately. Because if all roads lead to Titanx, you can just hold your Titanx and hope everybody else gets hyped over it. Watch the smart contracts buy and burn and take the supply. Continue to hold your Titanx, forget about it, and sell it at the peak. You don't have to participate in a single thing. You really don't. I mean, it's there. There's money to be made, but if it's all too much, maybe get into one thing, 2 things if you want, but get into every single thing that comes out. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like on a Monopoly board, I don't want to own the whole board. I want to own like Broadway and those little expensive sections right there where you get to the end of the board, the quality ones, the ones that are high end. So buy and burn, the Lotus protocol allocates 40% of the Titanx to burning Lotus token and sending 8% to the Vault's protocol treasure vault. Time variables of daily burn, daily burn, buy and burn. Okay, example. 4% of the total Titanx is used each day from Sunday to Wednesday, 4% per day. So this is like a twist. Oh, we do this Sundays and Wednesday. Yeah, that's different from the other miners and all that, but it's got the buy and burn, which is different too. Just little things like that. 10% Thursday, 50% Friday, Saturday. I think AwesomeX does a little something like that too. Cool. Talks about the liquidity. So 5,000 Volt paired with 1,666,667 Lotus tokens. That will be the start of the LP. So you're supposed to mint tokens, not buy them. ORX is a prime example. Everybody's like, buy. I fed into the FOMO, made some quick trades, made money, bought back in, wrecked. I learned my lesson there. For the first time in a while, I was like, I'm following the herd. Everyone's buying this token. Nope, developer told me straight up in the chat, you don't want to buy it, dude. You want to mint it. So I'll just keep minting it. I was glad he was honest about that, too. The ORX developer right in chat told me, like, bro, the price is going to go down when people get their emissions in ETH. Like, just mint, you know? So I was glad he was honest about that. He was honest about the fees, too. 100% goes into the ecosystem. You may not think 8% is a lot, but if $1 million to $5 million goes in, it becomes a lot. They could have went to benefiting the investors that put their money into it. So these 8% Genesis wallets, they either need to lower the fee or get rid of it, right? The argument no longer exists in my world where you can say, I need to get paid for developing this. Well, nobody asked you to develop it. That's my argument. You developed it on your own. And for it to be fair, you as a developer need to get paid on participation, just like us. And if you don't feel that way, don't build it. Don't build it. Flat out, don't do it. And that's like I said, the ORX dev changed the game. First principles to launching a token. And I feel like we got the first principles on building an ecosystem. The first builder principle is earn your money. I guess you could say on the back end. If it's successful, you participate just like Johnny down the street, Sheila down the road. Sheila gets in, Johnny gets in, the dev get in the same day, same opportunity, and make money the same way. So that's the new industry standard. And I'm going to be like, okay, going forward, I need to see that. I need to see that because it can be done. It was done on a protocol that's big in collateral lending, which is probably going to be the biggest of successful backbone to the entire Titanx ecosystem. Okay. So that's just where I'm thinking. To the chat. At least you're saying it as it is. Yeah, I just want to be honest. Exactly. We can hold the major ones, Titanx, DragonX, and Vault. Yeah. That's where my mindset's at. Great point. Can you bring this point to the main characters in Titanx? No, I cannot. And I mean it because these people don't want to talk with me, bro. The fact that I said this on a live stream about the 8%, which I've talked about it before in the past. When I brought it up in the past was originally with DragonX. Everyone had a problem with it. Nobody was happy that I said it. Okay, great. I accept the 8% fee to get into all these platforms. The pitch was, I am a developer that needs to get paid. Great. You need to get paid. Awesome. But who is the one that came through and set a new bar? Wasn't me. I had already said something and then I got basically slaughtered for talking about it. Developers need to get paid. Okay, I agree. Right? There's attorneys that get paid on, they're on once the court case settles. There's a lot of things that get paid on performance. So now that the ORX dev did that, took no Genesis fee, 100% of the Titanx goes into the platform. It's been done. It can't be undone. It's done. It's happened. Wham, bam. It's over. Now I have higher expectations. And I've had them before. But hopefully the community will wake up and go, wait a minute. That's pretty cool that he did that. That means it's not only a fair launch, follows fair principles, but that developer is not going to make money off of the investors. He's going to make money by participating just like me. And I like that. I do. I don't know why. I just do. And yeah, it just is what it is. Lotus tokenomics are insane. I'll put some Titanx into it. There you go. You got people. Get all your Titanx that you want, bro, and do what you do because everyone who's excited about Lotus is going to help my vault bag. That's why I wanted to do well. 8% is a lot. Yeah. Even now that we see ORX, 1% is a lot. It really is. Excuse me, coughing a lot. I'm sick. 2 more days of live streaming, and I can heal my body, heal myself. But anyways, that is the review. I still have time since, it is going to utilize Titanx. I got Titanx miners coming out every day from multiple wallets. So I'm not going to have to sell my vault. I just got to make the decision on whether I'm going to participate or not. As close as we are going hyperdeflationary, I've already told myself, like, no more Titanx going into anything else because we're going hyperdeflationary. And at the end of November, that's it. So, yeah, we'll see. Chainlink is $10, same amount of coins for a vault. Yeah. And then completely different because Chainlink doesn't have the issue that Titanx has as a whole, which is new users. If Titanx was getting thousands of new users by the week, we'd be in a great position. But it's not getting new users even by the hundreds per day. It's not. And it could, but I'm starting to see what's going on. And it happens to be, just like I'm saying, like most of these people don't want to deal with me, still bitter, don't want to talk with me. Well, they need to expand out and get more users by going on other platforms. They're doing the same streamers every day, not reaching anybody new. You're just talking to the same people, right? You got to go out there. You got to get your voice heard. You got to be on the big stage. Expand the horizon for the greater good. If not, there is going to be a lot of issues that happen regardless of all of the great tokenomics we have with buy and burns. Because although the inflation of Titanx has slowed down, right? Take a look here. You still have people with a ton of liquid Titanx that if participation is our, let's say, holding us back and new users is holding us back, that will come back to bite us. And I don't want that to happen. Look at the stats here, right? 21.57% is liquid, right? That's 45 trillion tokens. Who has these tokens? There's different people, different wallet sizes. We can go look here at the wallets. And, we want to make sure that we onboard as many new people as possible. Because we still have massive whales that regardless of how high it goes, this can go to 4 zeros and a 1. It can go further. But if people are like, hey, man, like there's not enough people coming in and the money's there, you even get some of these 0.5%ers to sell. Look at 0.45, 0.45. They have 450 billion plus Titanx. That gets dumped on the market, it goes down drastically. Okay? New users is important. I'm not trying to fud this. I'm giving you the reality. Look what a $19,000 sell does. Look what these sell-offs have done that came in earlier this morning and how the price dropped. This is just a fraction, right, of what those big bags have. Not even 10% of their bags. And when you put a handful of them together, the amount of damage that could be done, we need more distribution. We need more users. And I think right now at this point, there's a lot of gatekeeping. There's a lot of it. You say anything about the fees, like I said about the Genesis wallet, you say anything that is not, in favor of what everybody else is thinking, you're not on the same, you get booted. You're done. I crossed that line a long time ago. But I've never changed things. I've always told my people, like, hey, this is what it is. This is what I think. Equal chamber, exactly. Best strat to make Hydra miners without getting rid of Titanx. Well, you have to get rid of Titanx to make Hydra miners. So would you sell your Dragon X to Titanx to make them? I would stick with the original pillars. Mint, Hydra, Hyper, use those divs to buy other tokens. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to stick to my Titanx, Dragon X, Hyper, Hydra, Vault, ORX. I'm still making ORX mints. Yeah, I'm way bullish. This guy's asking me, are you bullish on Ouroboros? Yeah, I make a mint every single day on a few wallets. Now, I've got to cut myself off at some point, right? I got to stop using my Titanx. At some point, I'll stop. How high Ouroboros do you think? I don't know. I don't know. I have to take a look at what's going to happen when people get their ETH drips and then measure it from the bottom. I can't predict the price point on a token until we've seen the bottom. Everything gets measured from the bottom, right? Everything, no matter what it is. So, yeah. I mean, what else did we skip here that we could look at? I don't know. But that sums it up, guys. Thank you so much. Sick as a dog. Pound the like button. Drop a comment. Until next time, we shall do it again. Yeah, dog.
Lady of the Faucet, just get it. Woo! Woo! Yeah. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the chart. In the loot, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. When a drip and pulls, got these dogs and pigeons from me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the shore. I'm up to the core. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, it's back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, it's back to riches.